time for another little walk around Scarborough, and as you can see behind me, over this way, you've got Scarborough Castle. Now Scarborough Castle dates back, or the history of it, around about 3,000 years, and to the Bronze Age. It was a strategic point watching out for the bay. I mean, there's been remnants of I think a Bronze Age sword, early Iron Age was found there. It was a Roman settlement, and then the Vikings built the first sort of like castle type thing there, and yeah, it's still there, or the remains of it is still there. Okay, so sure there. Here we have the beautiful St Mary's Church, which is situated sort of right between both bays. Now, in the extension to the graveyard, which is the other side of the road up there, is Anne Bronte's grave. Now, Anne Bronte, obviously one of the Bronte sisters, famous writers, she was in Scarborough, staying in a cottage where the Grand Hotel was. She was here for 3 days, and sadly she passed away at the age of 29. Even though her gravestone says she was 28, she was actually 29. It was recorded wrong, and she died of something called consumption, yeah, which is tuberculosis. Now we're around the other side of St Mary's Church, and many people wonder what these ruins are, which are just here. Now this is what's known as the North Transept. You've got to imagine that the tower there was actually in the centre of the church, but during the English Civil War, the parliamentarians had the church and the royalists had the castle, which is over there. And of course a battle took place and the North Transept was destroyed. Also the tower was destroyed, but enough money was raised to actually rebuild it, the tower, but they never rebuilt the North Transept. Interesting time. As I said earlier, here is the grave of Anne Bronte, and if you look at the age there, it's listed as 28. She was actually 29 when she died, so it was actually recorded wrong. But this is in the extension to the churchyard, which is there's a little road that just goes down there, and of course there's the North Transept, and you can see right under the shadow of the castle. The house just here on Paradise, that is reportedly to be the birthplace of Sir George Cayley, who's the father of aeronautics. So he was born in Scarborough, and look at that, you can visit Paradise if you want to. Now Paradise House there used to be monks lived there many years ago, and Paradise means monastic walled garden, and that's what was built just here behind this car. This is just inside the walled garden, or what was the walled garden, and as you can see behind me there, you've got one of the greatest views of Scarborough. And as you can see, you've got the wide bit of the Grand Hotel, which is over there. I'm just outside what used to be called the Leeds Hotel, and here we've got something called Butter Cross. Now this stone plinth, you can imagine it used to have a big cross on the top of it, dates back to medieval times, and it was like where all the market traders used to gather before they built the market hall in the 1850s. All right, and anybody that like coming to town with any news or anything, they'd use it to preach and various things. And if anybody wants to know where this is, Butter Cross, look straight up the road up there behind me. That's where St Mary's Church is. It's right down St Mary's Walk at the bottom here. Well, here we are with in what they call the bolts. As you can see, there's a blue plaque up there, and the bolts are the alleyways that are behind the arcades and cafes on the seafront here, and I'm going to take you a walk through, so let's have a wander through the bolts. Now they had to build over this, but it's had to keep its right of way. They're not allowed to build on it because of its historical value. Okay, now in 12th century Scarborough, the bolts here were actually the public toilets. It is, and I dare gamble on a Saturday night that it still smells the same. Yeah, but yeah, the bolts, it was cleared twice a day by the high tide, because if you imagine in 12th century Scarborough, there was none of these seafront cafes or the harbour or anything like that. Okay, so this is where we are now, as you see. So the tide had come right up and clear through the bolt. So you've got these passageways through here that lead through. This is the second one. Just raise around back here. It did go all the way along the seafront originally, it is, but it's very, very. People wonder what the bolts are, and it is, yeah, public loos. Just have a wander through. There we go. It's a gorgeous day. So if you're visiting Scarborough, you want something to, yeah, a little pointer of talking, this is what it is. And what we are now, we're back down to Paradise Road, right? Now, up Paradise Road, number 18 on Paradise Road, you'll find that's the house that they used for the TV series Scarborough, and that was the mother's house up there. Okay, see you later. Behind me there, you've got Wesley House. That's that one. Now, you'll see the name Wesley in Scarborough quite a bit, because it's to do with John Wesley, the father of Methodism. It is. And I'm just walking up Paradise Road now. Now, here, number 18, you might recognise that front door. If you ever watched the series Scarborough, that was the house of the mum. All right, take care. Right, there used to be a sign up here saying Paradise. Now, as I said, I told you I was walking up Paradise, but it's now called Castlegate. There's a sign down there on the side of the road that says Castlegate, but to me, it's still Paradise. I've been to Paradise, but I've never been to me. Now, as you can see behind me, Scarborough South Bay. But if we take up a little walk up Mulgrave Place here, right, which is near St Mary's Church, you'll get one of the best views of the North Bay, because I've just been talking to some people that's been visiting Scarborough, and you do get still people that don't realise that there's two bays, you know. So you've got the South Bay and the North Bay. Now, this is a nice building. It's just here. We've got Castle by the Sea. It's guest house. Yeah, guest house it is. So here we go. Now, I'm just going to turn around so you can see it. Look at this. All right, we've just come from the South Bay, go around here, and we've got the North Bay. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. It is. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll have a look around for some more interesting facts about Scarborough. Take care. Bye for now.